What will make you instantly stop watching a movie or show and why? Bad editing would be a big one. A lot of modern horror movies can't help but edit the movies like their trailers, with added noises to scare the audience because they are afraid the script alone isn't enough to keep people watching. Substantial amounts of cringy teenage drama. Looking at You Resident Evil on Netflix. Couldn't even finish the first episode. Shows where a single polite conversation could fix everything. Laugh tracks. Not sure why, I just can't stand them. When they go straight to relationship drama right away when it wasn't the selling point of the show. Power goes out. If I've watched like 5 episodes and still can't get into it. If the movie is too dark. Not graphic. Just literally dark. I lose all sense of intensity in dark scenes and I'm not straining my damn eyes trying to figure out what the hell is going on. Poorly written script. Excessive crying, poor CGI, excessive cringe humor. Oh, and Jared Leto, let's not forget him. When it is obviously a ripoff of another show or movie, everything is a little derivative. But some stuff pushes it way too far. James Corden, Tim Wanacott, Piers Morgan. A veritable trinity of twattishness. Lazy. Cheap humor. And I mean lazy. Predictable setups and juvenile punchlines. I watched the first few minutes of the first episode of Two Broke Girls. It felt like it was written by two 14-year-old boys. I wanted to muddle through because of Kat Dennings, but no. Couldn't do it. Same for the one episode of 2.5 Men. Good God. Both the writing and the performances were phoned in. Any cruelty to animals. A sexual assault scene that adds nothing to the story. I actually feel sick when I see it and can't watch the show or movie. When the main character makes a obvious dumb decision to create drama move the plot along. Just watch The Northman on a flight. The dude kills a bunch of people and is on the run. But sends his girlfriend back to the village where he killed instead of running away with him. Of course they capture her right away and he has to save her. Crap acting. I don't have enough imagination to compensate for bad acting. If they start using dialogue to explain the plot, basically, any unnatural conversation that would never happen in real life. As soon as the writers stop finishing story arcs BC, there are too many to address. See Lost Season 3. Infidelity ruins a light-hearted comedy for me. Killing a dog or animal in a cruel, disturbing way. Not like hunting for food but just something awful. Last movie I watched that I had to stop was The Sitter. With Jonah Hill. He's babysitting some kids when the little girl pees her pants in his car. He stops at a store to buy her clean panties. And the women in the store start acting like he's a pervert or trying to molest the girl. That's not funny. That's real shit that happens to men all the time. It happened to me with my daughters. I noped out with a burning rage. Shaky cam. I hate not being able to see the action because the camera is shaking or the cuts are too quick. If there isn't a single sympathetic character. You needed sex scenes. I also hate those poorly edited slow-mo shots. An excess of random explosions. I fucking hate Michael Bay movies. There's a point where I don't fucking understand what TF is going on and end up with a headache. Gay character who is only in the show so it can have a gay character cough. Netflix shows cough. Overusing the laugh track, so annoying. Animal cruelty. Just awful. Gratuitous RP scene. Why though? When shows kill off characters left and right. Why should I invest in these characters' lives if they're gonna die in 2 episodes? Rape jokes. Frenetic editing. Someone harms a feline. When one of the characters wakes up and it was all a dream. No thanks. Graphic sexual violence. I can't do it. Rape scene. Found footage. A shaky shot of someone's feet running is not good cinematography. Torture scenes. Call me nuts. But I hate watching people tortured. Particularly if it involves them being maimed. If Master Chief takes off his helmet in the first episode. Fight scenes with a million visual cuts. It doesn't adhere to the books. I watched like 2 minutes of Legend of the Seeker, never went back. Bad writing. Writing a plot that is entirely dependent on the characters making poor decisions and avoiding obvious solutions. Getting challenged not by anything external, just by their own stupidity. It's boring as hell to watch, and it takes any interest I had in characters and zeroes it out. A shit ton of sex scenes. Cheating that is considered acceptable. Hurting animals. Animal killing. Baby killing. Sure, that happens in real life sometimes. But I don't have to watch it. Graphic sexual violence. Why? I don't want to invite that imagery into my life. 1. Animal cruelty. 2. Bad editing. 3. Generic concept. Jared Leto, because it's Jared fucking Leto. Love triangles. Lack of closed captioning, or if the captioning is very laggy or grossly misspelling words. I'm hard of hearing and refuse to jack up the volume just to hear it. And sometimes some movies are very dim, dark, so lip reading isn't always an option. Whatever the fuck they did with Tenet's audio. Unnecessary sex scenes, edginess. Any type animal cruelty or harm, even animated movies. I have a degree in history and have loved it since I was a kid. I would spend all day at the library reading history books. I cannot stand when a show puts people or events in places and times when they were not present. The stupid BBC Troy with a black Achilles. No thanks. Not because he's a black actor. Just because it is so historically inaccurate. It is not inclusive, it is inaccurate and makes some people believe this is how it was. It would be just as bad if a white actor played Shaka Zulu. It's not believable and it's not accurate. When they make war movies and don't use the actual tanks or equipment in the movie. When they take American tanks or airplanes and put the other country's emblems on them and portray them as that side's equipment. The Pearl Harbor movie where they had the Japanese bombing modern warships in the harbor. If you are going to make a movie based upon history, get the details right.